Construction spending has been on the rise in the recent months, a sign that the industry will be playing a larger part in economic growth. Home construction is at its highest level since November 2008. The real estate market being on the mend, caused by rising property values and record low borrowing costs, is helping to boost building projects. According to the Commerce Department, the value of all projects rose to $872.1 billion, the most since September 2009. While residential construction is on the rise, many government and business projects are being put on hold until the fiscal cliff situation is resolved. Yibing He, John Berge, ICN, San Francisco. According to the country's top economic planning agency, crude steel output in China rose 6% in October compared to the same time last year. During the first 10 months of 2012, China produced 602.23 million tons of crude steel, with exports climbing 11.8% in the same period. The country's steel industry has made a profit of 91 billion yuan in the first 3 quarters, a profit drop caused by China's slowing economic growth. The steel industry has also been struggling with overcapacity in recent years, which is causing more trouble with profit margins. Yibing He, John Berge, ICN, San Francisco. San Francisco school district officials recently announced that Revolution Foods, an Oakland-based company, has won the competitive process to provide the meals to the city's 114 schools starting in January. The deal is pending under school board approval, with a vote scheduled on December 11th. Revolution Foods plans to offer a healthier, whole-grain, fresh food meal in their school lunches. Currently, the company serves more than 28,000 meals daily in Northern California, a number that would double if the deal with San Francisco goes through. When searching for a meal provider, San Francisco required the food to be sustainably produced and locally grown. Yibing He, John Berge, ICN, San Francisco. Officials from the Traffic Administration Bureau of the Ministry of Public Security plan to establish a new traffic safety credit system that links people's traffic violation records with their personal credit, insurance, and vocational appointments. These plans are a direct response to the growing problem of people crossing roads during red lights. Traffic regulations in Beijing specify that anyone who jaywalks will be given a 10 yuan fine, but the law is hard to enforce, with many people crossing in crowds and denying violations. In addition to the new safety credit system, administration authorities also plan to increase patrolling rates at large intersections. Yibing He, John Berge, ICN, San Francisco. ICN TV held a Thanksgiving If You Are the One dating event at Moonstar Restaurant in Daly City on November 30th. The buffet was a great location for people to get together and meet each other with a chance that sparks could fly. Everyone introduced themselves, then had some of the amazing food.
我叫 Rita， 我喜欢去旅游，还有去看电影。
我就是 Sunny 的，我就在美国联邦事务局 IRS。
我叫薇，然后我喜欢hiking 啊，bakery 啊之类的。
ICN gave away the chance to win tickets to the Global Winter Wonderland event at Great America Theme Park. 8 lucky attendees won the tickets and will hopefully enjoy a wonderful second date. Yibing He, John Berge, ICN, San Francisco. Full service has been restored to the San Francisco Muni subway line after a blown transformer Monday evening knocked out service for most of the night. The trains were up and running again by 5 a.m. The transformer blew at the Van Ness station at around 6 p.m., caused by the rain from Sunday night's storm. The Muni was still operational in the western part of the city, but the subway service was replaced by a bus bridge until the end of the day. Crews worked overnight to get the system back up and running for the morning commute. Yibing He, John Berge, ICN, San Francisco. The Ministry of Finance has allocated 29 billion yuan from the central budget to improve the quality and grain production of farmlands this year. The funds are part of the country's comprehensive agricultural development plan and represent an increased investment in 2012. The government plans to build 13.31 million MU of high-quality farmland and to improve 25.82 million MU of land by the end of the year. China's grain production capacity is expected to grow by 4.09 billion kilograms as a result of the efforts. 2012 is the 9th consecutive year of growth in China's grain production. Yibing He, John Berge, ICN, San Francisco. The Zhujiang Passenger Transport Company held an event on Monday the 3rd to showcase the Nansha Port and the Sky Pier ferry system, which offers much travel opportunity throughout the region. Sky Pier at Hong Kong International Airport connects travelers to the surrounding area in a fashion-efficient manner in a comfortable environment. Many were eager to promote the service and the business it provides to a variety of companies.
对，我们可以这个让他呢直接飞到香港之后就坐船到了珠江三角洲。举个例子，可以直接从香港机场坐高速客船去到深圳机场，再去到我们这个中国大陆的辐射的中国大陆的各个大城市啊，也可以直接从香港机场坐船到珠江三角洲的各大城市，真的是非常的便利啊。我们也希望在这个圣诞节之前呢，在这种新年之前。
目前中国和美国之间的旅游交往越来越频繁，也越来越密切。然后呢，不光是官方层面上，美国采取各种措施来便利中国公民前来美国旅游。完了呢，这个中国政府也采取各种程式来推广这个美国公民到中国去旅游。另外一个呢，旅游企业。包括像珠江客运这样的公司都来美国进行宣传，提供介绍他们有什么样的产品来更适合这个美国市场。我觉得这都形成一个很好的一个合力，大家不管是官方层面还是企业行为，大家都在致力于互相吸引客人，然后呢，通过旅游来达到使双方互相了解，使双方的人民或游客互相了解对方的历史文化以及他的生活习惯等等，我觉得都是非常有好处的。在这种情况下，我觉得我们的工作会更容易开展，也更容易取得效果。
Sky Pier is operational now for all your travel needs. Yi Bing-he, John Berge, ICN, San Francisco. Fremont's new city mayor, Bill Harrison, was sworn in at the December 4th city council meeting. The former mayor, Gus Morrison, was honored for serving 26 years in office in the city of Fremont. Also sworn in at the meeting were Suzanne Chan, who is now serving her second term on the city council, and new council member Vinnie Bacon. We asked newly elected Mayor Harrison about his plans for the future.
Well, first, thank you very much. It's an honor to be elected mayor for Fremont. It's been a lifelong dream as someone who's born and raised in Fremont. I'm truly looking forward to the next 4 years. We have a tremendous opportunity with the downtown, tremendous opportunity with the South Warm Springs Fremont area, and the people in Fremont. We're just ready. We're poised for some great and I think some exciting things happening in the next 4 years.
Now that Bill Harrison has been appointed mayor, the city council will have to find someone to replace his seat as a council member and serve out the rest of his 4-year term. Yi Bing-he, John Berge, ICN, San Francisco. During the construction of the new BART railway line towards Silicon Valley, construction crews have had to put up with frequent issues with migratory birds. The problem has been so bad it has cost around $5 million to keep birds away from the construction sites. Most species of birds can't legally be disturbed once settling in their nest, so workers have been trying constantly to keep them away. In all, 102 nests were made, which forced crews to rope off 50 to 500-foot sections around the area for months at a time. The rails line new Warm Springs station in Fremont is expected to open in 2015. Yi Bing-he, John Berge, ICN, San Francisco. According to municipal authorities on Wednesday, Beijing plans to offer a 72-hour visa-free stay policy for citizens of 45 different countries to boost tourism. Starting January 1st, 2013, tourists holding third-country visas and plane tickets can apply for a transit without visa at the Beijing Capital International Airport. Currently, Beijing gets around 5 million foreign visitors per year. Airlines plan to accommodate the higher volume of tourists by adding more connecting flights and developing the areas around the airport. Visitors under this policy are not permitted to leave Beijing during their 72-hour stay and must depart from the Beijing airport. Yi Bing-he, John Berge, ICN, San Francisco. Nobel Prize-winning author Mo Yan has left for Stockholm, Sweden to collect his prize, promoting wild speculation from people in China about how he will present himself. Mo said he will speak about telling, hearing, and writing stories throughout his life and also talk about family and friends. He has invited several translators of contemporary Chinese literature to accompany him to the awards ceremony on December 10th and will also be traveling with his wife, daughter, and friends. Mo will attend a press conference at the Great Hall of the Swedish Academy for the Nobel Laureate in Literature on December 6th, then give a Nobel Lecture in Literature on December 7th. Yi Bing-he, John Berge, ICN, San Francisco. Apple's CEO Tim Cook let it out that one of the existing lines of Mac computers will be manufactured exclusively in the U.S. next year. This may be connected to recent rumors of iMacs with "Assembled in the USA" printed on the back. The announcement could be good news for the U.S. job market. Apple has been effective at creating jobs in the U.S. in the past, with research and development jobs in California, retail store hires, and data centers in North Carolina, Nevada, and Oregon. Cook has done well as Apple's CEO, with the company growing around 43% in worth since he took over. Yibing He, John Berge, ICN, San Francisco. A man who was struck by a hit-and-run driver Wednesday evening has died from his injuries, the 12th person to die this year in San Jose from a traffic collision. The man was walking near the intersection of White and Quimby roads in East San Jose when he was hit at around 5:45 p.m. He was taken to the hospital and died just after 11 p.m. The man's name has not been publicly released, and the coroner's office was still trying to locate any of his family members late Thursday morning. Police described the vehicle in the hit-and-run as a dark-colored van, or SUV, last seen headed towards Sterla Drive. Yibing He, John Berge, ICN, San Francisco. The Chinese film market is entering the busy season, with up to 40 films in theaters, including Life of Pi, Back to 1942, and The Last Supper. The New Year season is always a big time for movies, both domestic and overseas. The season of new releases will last from late November to the end of the Spring Festival holidays in mid-February. Life of Pi has already made 200 million yuan at the box office, and Back to 1942 is expected to reach 130 million by the end of the week. This year marks the first time that foreign films have made more than domestic ones. Yibing He, John Berge, ICN, San Francisco. An unidentified man is in serious condition with numerous broken bones and other injuries after falling 30 feet from the third deck of the O.Co Coliseum in Oakland on Thursday night. According to witnesses, before the start of the Oakland Raiders football game, the man appeared to be leaning over a railing when he lost his balance and fell. The incident occurred shortly before the game started at 5:30 p.m. The Oakland Raiders released a statement late Thursday saying that while they do not have any information on the incident other than what has been reported, their thoughts and prayers were with the man and his family and friends. Yibing He, John Berge, ICN, San Francisco. Chinese makers of solar power are cutting back on production in response to planned U.S. tariffs on their products. Suntech Power Holdings Company, the world's largest solar panel manufacturer, announced that it would have production at its manufacturing plant in Arizona and also shrink manufacturing capacity in Wuxi. Suntech and other industry leaders are calling to put an end to these tariffs to bring back progress to the industry. With the U.S. and China being the world's largest energy consumers, solar power could be the answer to both countries' problems in the future. Suntech executives say we can't afford to be distracted by international trade disputes. Yibing He, John Berge, ICN, San Francisco. Macy's is planning on extending its tradition of staying open 24 hours a day on the weekend before Christmas to 48 straight hours this year. Starting December 21st at 7 a.m., most Macy's stores nationwide will be open for 2 days straight. 57 stores will go even further, staying open another 24 hours until Christmas Eve. The retail giant has been steadily expanding its pre-Christmas shopping hours since 2006. This puts pressure on rival retailers to make the same decisions about staying open during the holiday season. Last year, Toys R Us kept all of its stores open for 112 hours straight through Christmas Eve. Yibing He, John Berge, ICN, San Francisco. The Winchester Mystery House in San Jose, California will be holding special holiday events December 13th through the 30th. The 130-room mansion that is open year-round is known for being a spooky curiosity and will be fully decorated for the season. Sparkling lights, candles, and wreaths will cover the inside of the house, with holiday music playing throughout. Over 30 trees will be decorated with ornaments that reflect the Bay Area heritage. The gardens and the outside grounds will also be covered in lights. The house hosts daytime tours from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. and nighttime tours from 6 p.m. to 8 p.m. Yibing He, John Berge, ICN, San Francisco. The first movie in Peter Jackson's new Hobbit trilogy will be released on December 14th. The movie, titled The Hobbit, An Unexpected Journey, stars Martin Freeman as Bilbo Baggins, who gets swept up in a quest to save the Dwarf Kingdom from a dragon named Smaug.
So this is your purpose, to enter the mountain?
What of it?
There are some who would not deem it wise.
A dark power has found a way back into the world.
The Hobbit is well known for its sequels, the Lord of the Rings series by J.R.R. Tolkien, which were remade into very successful films. Yibing He, John Berge, ICN, San Francisco.